Good morning.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, y'all. This is the WOW podcast, WOWW, Wendy's on Wellness Wednesday. I am Dr. Wendy Sue Massey, owner of Freedom Holistic Wellness, integrative medicine practitioner, holistic nutrition specialist, wife, mom, Gigi, author, gardener, all the things, lover of Jesus being the most important. And this is my amazing bestie, Wendy.
Hey guys, Wendy Flournoy, certified hypnotherapist, herbalist, forager, educator, student, wife, mom, Gigi, owner of the Restoration Garden, lover of all things non-toxic and God-given.
Amen, sister. So we are, for anybody who is tuning in, this will not be our normal run on and on and on for well over an hour until we get tired of talking. Wendy is going to be with her friend Michelle that we've been praying for. So we're going to have to wrap this up by 11 o'clock today. But this week has been quite wild with the weather. I don't know about you. I have gotten stuff planted and then have to cover things up and then have things thriving and then have things die off. And it's just like, oh my goodness.
Mother Nature is bipolar right now.
Yes. I went out there yesterday. I was so disappointed because I had the most beautiful patch of amaranth that had come up. I mean, beautiful purple sprouts all over the place. And I went out there yesterday. They were all brown. I was like, oh. So I guess it did not appreciate the cold.
Yeah. Same thing with, I had started hibiscus and now I'm like babying the stuffing out of them because I don't know if they're going to make it or not, or if I'm going to have to start all over.
Oh no.
But it's crazy. I mean, we're just sweating to death one day and freezing the next.
Yes. So true. At least it looks kind of steady over the next couple weeks. Nothing exciting. I mean, like 60s to 70 up here, but at least the nights aren't getting any colder than like 50, you know? So
that's what I was looking at. I was like, okay, we're getting a little safer now.
Yes. My goodness. I got so much more to put in and I'm just like, okay, hold off. So talk to us, girl. How's everything going in your world over this last week or so?
Just crazy, trying to make progress on so many different fronts. Glory to God. Rick is finally out of excruciating pain.
Praise God.
He got the tooth taken care of, so that pain is now subsiding. I think the radiation finally shrinking the tumor in the sacral area, so he's getting relief from that. Still not perfect, but definite progress made. So we're taking every bit of that.
Absolutely.
Michelle has decided to stop chemo from here on out because it was making her so sick. But her spirits are good. I'm going to get her today and we're going to do some things and depending on how she feels, you know.
Very good.
So so progress on all fronts and praising in the storm. And I want to thank everyone that's been reaching out and keeping in touch with me and just letting me know that they're continuing praying. I really am grateful for all of that. Please keep up the continued prayers. We're in a marathon, not a sprint. So every prayer is appreciated. And thank you so much for thinking about me and him and praying for us.
Absolutely. You've been in quite the season for sure.
We're going to keep on praising, girl.
Amen. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
And, you know, very much like what I'm going to be talking about today is I've been, you know, in quite nowhere near to the terrifying degree of what you've been going through, but definitely a very life-altering situation in my world the last 4 months. And
absolutely.
And it's, you know, I can't imagine going through things like this, which I'll be more specific in a minute, but going through things like this without God, you know, I cannot imagine.
Well, but I feel like that's where people get hopeless, I think, you know?
Yeah.
I can't imagine it either.
I mean, I've been praising him through all of this and just asking him to guide me and show me what I need to learn from this season.
Yeah.
And boy, when you ask, he will give that to you. And
Yes,
it's been amazing. But yeah, I'm excited to be stepping into this summer with a little less pain than I've had this winter. That's for sure.
right.
That is for sure. So today, just so we don't hang out here too long, I want to make sure that we cover everything today. I will say, we've got these QR codes now on our screen. This one is for my website, for the freedomholisticwellness.com website. The reason I wanted to make sure that I put that up, I did a conference special for people that were at the conference because I spoke on GLP-1
Nice.
on my natural GLP-1 protocol. I invited people to go to my website, and this will put you on my email list, but I have nothing but wonderful, uplifting stuff on my email, in my emails. So I don't think
it's not overdone.
No,
it's not bombarding.
Right. And but what you get when you put your information in the box that automatically pops up on the website is my full GLP-1 protocol with links and a full week meal plan with recipes and shopping lists of the way I encourage people to eat who are trying to avoid GLP-1s or trying to transition off of them. So if that is something you would be interested in, I'm only going to have it up on the website for a few more days. So please go on the website, get that. It will put you on my email list, and I promise you will love it. But
That's right.
And then just one more I want to throw up here real quick. God bless her. Wendy has been working her little tushy off trying to get her website.
Yeah, it's finally up. It's finally secure. No more problems, I hope, with checking out. And now I just have to work on listing the rest of my products.
Yes. So check out her website. Give her grace. She's been working hard.
I've already set it up for a code for Freedom 10. You'll get 10%. Anybody will get 10% off. Of course, your base sewers, that doesn't apply. They get a bigger discount.
Right. Very good. Awesome. And today's first sponsor is my absolute favorite supplement company, We Heart Nutrition. I cannot recommend them enough. This code that you're seeing here, when you go to that link and then put Wendy20 at checkout,
nice.
You will get 20% off your first order. We Heart Nutrition is an amazing supplement company, small mom and pop operation out of Texas. Their owners actually email me on the regular. They are very responsive to people. They are third-party tested. They are all using all non-GMO ingredients. They are not allowed, because they have not paid for the official certification yet, they're not allowed to say that they are soy free, but they do not purchase any supplement products that have soy in them. And they have assured me of this. I fully trust them. They are a Christian organization, and a lot of their proceeds have gone to launch pro-life centers in Texas. I'm a huge fan. Wow. I personally use the Women's 40 Plus multivitamin. I use the magnesium glycinate. Their probiotic is the best blend I have ever seen of any probiotic. It actually is made with good quality probiotic bacteria that actually stays alive in the stomach acid. One of the reasons we need the billions and billions and billions of CFUs is because about 98% of these die off in stomach acid. So they need to put tons of it so that some of the probiotic material gets into our intestines. With what We Heart Nutrition uses, theirs does not die in the stomach acid, and so it's a lot more effective. Also, my husband uses the men's multi, and my daughter-in-law uses the prenatal. So we are using their products a lot with people that I love because I really trust this company. So just wanted to share that with you all as well. So today we are talking about just, I want to share a little bit more about the story of what I've been going through over the last 4 months and what this is leading to. There's more to this perimenopause and postmenopause season than most people talk about. And it's really bugging the stuffing out of me. I'm just telling you, it really is. I've been sitting here in this season contemplating why I wasn't more prepared. And not in a, oh, let me beat myself up thing, more like, how did I miss this? Yeah. You know, almost 2 decades in conventional medicine and then a doctorate program in holistic medicine. How was I not prepared for this season? Because in conventional world, I think they're missing a lot of what we're going through as being part of the shift in our life.
Absolutely.
I am the more and more I've been really contemplating this, you know, it used to be, for example, shoulder replacement surgeries were happening with, you know, 70s and 80s year old people or athletes.
Yes.
You weren't having shoulder replacement surgeries in 40 and 50-year-old women.
Absolutely. No.
And the more that I've thought about it, I'm like, if I didn't know what I know when I, and it even took me a month to figure out what was happening to me, I would have very likely gone to a doctor and they would have recommended shoulder replacement surgery for me because I couldn't move my shoulders.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder how much of it is this adhesive capsulitis. And that's just one piece.
Yeah.
We hear about all these other things that happen in this shift in our lives, whether it be, weight gain that we seem to not be able to get any control over, even when we're doing all the right things, fatigue, brain fog, all the things.
Yep.
And what doctors are doing when they recognize that it's a midlife thing for us, they're throwing you on HRT. Mm-hmm. Now, I know a lot of people that have done like the bioidentical hormones and things like that and are really trying to do HRT as natural as possible. What I'm finding is that if we actually address the root cause of what is causing us to get to the point where we're having these symptoms, if we are preparing enough in advance, you might not need that HRT.
That's right.
Because that, just like all the other conventional medicine stuff, is putting a Band-Aid. It's covering up the symptoms. It might be helping the symptoms, but it's not helping the root cause. And also HRT is really good for things like, hot flashes and vaginal dryness and a lot of the things that go along with it, but not necessarily for the really deep nutrient level stuff. Yeah. And so, it's just really been a very eye-opening thing to me. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, I have, starting the week before Christmas, started having really bad shoulder pain in mostly at night at first. Over the course of that first month, it built in, intensity to a 12, when people ask you about 0 out of 10 pain. After what I experienced when I was 19 in a car accident, you will rarely hear me complain about pain being over a 6 because I've experienced what a 10 is.
That's right.
Y'all, when this was at the height of its pain, I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't change my clothes. I couldn't do anything without help. It was that bad.
Yeah.
And at first I thought it was a pinched nerve in my neck. I never go to a doctor. I never asked for prescriptions. And I did a video call with a doctor and asked for steroids because the pain was so intense. And it dulled it, but that was all I needed to know to tell me that that wasn't what it was. Because if it had been a pinched nerve in my neck, it would have fixed it. So basically what I have experienced is my hormones shifted drastically last year, in particular my estrogen. You're in a season where your hormones are very chaotic. They could be going up, down, all over the place, but total chaos.
It's kind of like after giving birth.
Yeah,
it
is. It is. And you need to support your body then, just like you need to support your body well in this season. Yeah. And mine beautifully balanced out my hormones. Even though my estrogen took a huge nosedive, all the other, hormones, all the other female hormones, all balanced out beautifully, but at the expense of them basically sucking my nutrients dry.
Right.
So my omega-3s were low, my B vitamins were low, my zinc was low, my vitamin D was low. I wasn't, this added to the perfect storm because I was already going through all this stuff. And normally when I'm in a lot of pain, it's systemic, right? A lot of that is because of of the car accident I was in. So a lot of what I experience is systemic inflammation, which fasting always helps beautifully. So I'm thinking, okay, well, clearly, I'm getting ready to fast with my church the first 3 weeks of the year. Right. So I'm going to be in good shape. This is going to help me. Oh, no, it didn't. It spiritually, sure. I always love fasting for that aspect, but I was removing things from my body that it needed during a time when it needed more. Yeah. So instead of replenishing things like, collagen and, good quality fat and all of that, I was depleting myself more, making it even worse. So anyway, this has all just been an amazing learning season for me. And it's really made me very passionate about wanting to spread the news on how do we prepare our bodies nutrient wise? How do you give yourself a good foundation for this shift in your life? And for the young women who haven't gotten there yet, I want them all front and center to learn about this because nobody taught us about this.
Yeah. That way they're much more prepared than we ever will.
I mean, do you ever remember your mom telling you, hey, one day you might be a T-Rex?
No.
It was never a thing.
From the generation where our parents didn't even discuss, starting your period or sexual activity. It was no conversations about anything like that. Everything was just private.
Yes. And so I want to be the opposite. I will be very vulnerable and share everything that I'm experiencing, but I want it to be so that people learn, and so I just
learn how to prepare for what's coming for you.
Yes.
How can you prepare now to make it better 10 years or 15 years or 20 years from now?
Yeah. Well, and also, my passion behind this has grown because where I am at 4 months is I still have a long ways to go, though I have come through a lot. Right. If you look at the normal timeline for this, I've shaved about 5 months off of this. Y'all, my life has been drastically altered for the last 4 months. Yes. I cannot imagine for somebody that has no idea what's going on, they just all of a sudden have no ability to do anything and have all this pain. The average woman deals with this for 1 to 3 years. Y'all, I don't want to give up 1 to 3 years of my life. I mean, it's like I haven't been able to drive. I've been so limited on stuff I can do around the house. There's days I want to put the dishes away. Anything that's above here, I have to hold on and wait till Bill gets home so he can put it away. It's just been annoying, Yeah. So I just really want to help people prevent that. And like I said, it's not just this. You might not ever experience this piece of it, but weight gain, fatigue, brain fog, joint pain, loss of strength. I mean, all of these things are symptoms that happen during this shift in our life.
Yes.
So I have really, I really want to fill in the gaps. I don't think we're talking about this enough. I hear women talking about, how to do things differently during midlife, but I don't hear enough people, gearing your body up. What do we need to make sure we're encouraging?
Right.
How do we make sure that our omega-3 to 6 balance is more in line with what our body needs? How do we make sure that we're not going to lose the collagen and the elastin that we need in our joints? How do we make sure that we are building up the nutrients enough to be protective of our bodies instead of, flailing for just praying that we're going to survive? I mean, it's not, there's not enough being done ahead of time. So I've created a brand new 6-week program that I'm going to run in the community. It's called Strengthen the Shift. I've really felt the Lord laying on my heart anyway to do some more peri and postmenopausal activity type, whether it be like group exercise or things like that. I've been really feeling him lead me in that way as something, coming in the near future. And I really do think that it's going to start with this foundational education. So, so I'm calling it Strengthen the Shift. It's going to speak to younger women because I don't want you to sleep in this season. Just because you're still having babies, just because you need to know this stuff, because I promise you, when you get to my age, you're going to say, man, I wish somebody would have told me this sooner. There's no reason to have to go through this stuff. Right. And if I am going through it, anybody can. And I'm not saying that to be cocky. I'm saying that because I couldn't eat healthier. I check all the boxes, but there was still missing pieces that I was not adding, that I was taking for granted that I would get enough of in my food. I can do a little bit more targeted nutrition, which is something I'm going to teach in this course, but this is a time when supplementation very well may be necessary. And so I really want to help people understand that before they get to this point. Women in the shift, I want you supported before things start breaking down. That's right. I'm at the end of my shift. I've been going through this for, weird symptoms for the last 5 years or so. But I'm only just now at that end part of it when my hormones are doing their final little swan dive and saying this is it. So if I would have known what I know today 5 years ago, I would have done some things very differently.
Absolutely.
Also, for my postmenopausal women, you are not off the hook here.
No.
I really want to encourage you all to participate in this as well, because this not only will make sure that you are well protected, in the season that you are in now, but in ongoing all the way up into your later years.
That's right.
And men, I'm even going to include you all, because even though they go through a different path, but there are similar patterns related to hormonal changes with them as well. Their shifts happen a lot slower than ours, but they go through something called andropause. So while we're all going through menopause, and isn't that weird? Ours actually has the word men in it, but we go through menopause, they go through andropause, and it's something that I'm going to also include for them in this too. So it is going to be a 6-week experience starting the first week in June. For you all who are in my community, as always, all of these programs are included in your annual membership. If you are not in the community yet, this is the time to join.
Absolutely.
We're in week 4 right now of the thyroid support program that I'm doing. Of that 6-week program, we're going to take a couple of weeks off, and then we're going to start full force with this program the first week in June. The reason I say now is the time to join is because the I'm going to be, I'm sorry, my cat was just crying in the other room. I was like, what is she doing? She needs her attention,
Right.
but it totally got me off track. I was like, what is she doing? But no, I have in the community a bunch of courses, and they're there in a library and a classroom library for you to start at any time. If you start now, you will have time to get through my 12 foundations or my 12 principles for a healthy lifestyle. That's my foundations program. As well as, if you really wanted to, a 2-week Sugar Busters program. If you do those, you will be so ready to jump into this. You'll be ready to jump into this even if you don't do that. But I'm just saying that if you really want to get in and just go all in, this is the time to join. It really is. So I will include the school link to join us. You can also, let me just put my Freedom Holistic Wellness. You can also go to the website, to my website, Freedom Holistic Wellness, which is that QR code up there, freedomholisticwellness.com, to the transform page. And there is a link on the transform page to join the community. So it's $374 a year or $39 a month. When I tell you that the value of this is crazy, what I've included in this community is every short-term program that used to cost people anywhere from $200 to $1,000.
Yeah.
Every short-term program is in there. And on top of that, weekly meal plans, all the things. And I even include everything I did for people in their phase 2 program, which was what they would move to a lot of times after their 16-week programs with me or whatever. I used to charge $2,300 a year for phase 2, and all that is in here.
Yeah.
And all of that information is available to you. And I just charge $374 a year for that. And the value is pretty incredible. So I really hope you all will sign up and join us and be part of the community. We're growing. It's very exciting. And everybody that's in there and active, I do have a few people that have signed up and are not active, so I can't let them speak for the community, but the ones that are active are absolutely loving what we offer and what we share in there. So I hope you all will join us and be part of this new movement.
Yes, it's a great community. I'm not nearly as active as I'd like to be, but I am. I do try to pop in there at least once a day.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a lot going on. I just posted 50 salmon recipes last night.
I saw that. I was like, I am going to have to remember to come back and print this off because I am always looking for salmon recipes.
Yeah. Well, we've been talking about, because this is a big piece of this shift, is us not getting enough omega-3s and too much omega-6s. Most people who follow my lifestyle that I teach, follow this lifestyle I teach, don't get too many omega-6s, but they really struggle with the omega-3s. So to get that balance right, we've got to increase our omega-3s. And salmon isn't the only way, but it's one of the best ways. So yeah, I post a new e-cookbook every week, but this week's 50 salmon recipes, no excuses.
All kinds of good stuff in there, from snacks to whole meals to specific things, all kinds of good stuff.
Absolutely.
Now with this, I did have a question about your Strength in the Shift program. With that, are you going to be doing like recommended exercises?
Oh, yes.
That too?
Yes.
Wonderful. Because I know, I keep hearing that too, as we age, that the strength training seems to be more important than like the cardio. Not that cardio is not important, but as we age, the strength training becomes more important.
It is. And movement in general. I think when we get to our middle years, we're in that sandwich generation. We've got our babies and our grandbabies. We've got our aging parents, a lot of us, and you're just stuck in this middle generation, and you're constantly pouring out to others. So I think we just stop. Many of us stop the exercise. And that's one of the worst things you can do. This is the season where that is every bit, if not more important than our nutrition. And
That's so
so, yes, it's huge.
so true.
It's huge.
Okay, I was just wondering because I'm like, I think I just need to put things on my calendar so I don't forget to go check it out and keep going.
Yeah.
I'm
We
still working on that consistency thing with so many things.
Yes. We got a great comment from one of our community members. I believe this is Valerie. It doesn't show up as Valerie, but it's Little Misfit in the Woods. I think, if I remember correctly, I think that's her email address that I'm used to. So I'm pretty sure that's her. But yeah, she says, good morning. It's a great community to check out and join. Thank you, my dear. And then Janet says, salmon are better than sardines. Yes, ma'am. I agree.
We agree, Janet.
I have cans of sardines because I had all the intention of the world. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to start doing a whole lot better on my salmon. But sardines, I'm going to get through these things like 1 can to 3 cans of tuna and just make a big batch and hide it.
I remember growing up, I loved sardines when I was growing up, but on a Ritz cracker with mustard on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now it's like, okay, well, I don't eat Ritz crackers anymore.
Right. True.
I don't really want the cracker. The mustard on a sardine doesn't really sound tasty to me anymore.
Sardines, period. I don't know why. I'm just really, and it's so funny. I feel like a 4-year-old about this. It's like, right? I am so adventurous with just about everything else to eat. And something about opening that can and seeing those 3 little fish. I'm just like, I can't do it.
I know.
My daddy used to just eat them right out of the can. I'm like, oh, can't do it.
One of my girlfriends, the one that ended up on Price is Right and won the trip to Portugal, well, she took the trip to Portugal, and the place that she was in, that's what they were known for. They were known for their sardines. She said they had sardine everything there.
Oh my word!
I was like, oh my. She said sardine butter was in like on every table in every restaurant.
Oh wow!
I said, did you at least try it? She said it was horrible.
Oh no. Well, shoot. Janet Miller said food pantry. No, girl, not that I don't want to share with the food pantry, but I know I need to consume it. So I'm going to make myself do it. It's so important. And Rochelle said, I mix the sardines with the ranch dressing. Okay.
Oh, was that good, Rochelle? Was that? I haven't even thought about that. Okay.
I could see that, though. I guess she's probably referring to our homemade.
Yes, homemade. Oh,
Dijon ranch.
I know she's not talking about Hidden Valley.
Oh heck no, not Rochelle. No, she's that homemade Dijon ranch is the bomb. I love that. It's one of my favorite dressings for sure. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it is. That sounds excellent, Rochelle. Thank you for the suggestion. I'm going to have to try that.
Yes. She said, yes, homemade.
That's
we knew better.
We knew.
We know. Let's see. One more comment, and then I'm going to hand this over to you because we only have a few minutes left. I want you to be able to talk about comfrey. Let's see here. I can eat anchovies every day, but the sardines are just beyond my palate. Janet, you're good.
Yes,
I don't even know that I've ever tried anchovies other than,
I don't mind anchovies, but man, they make me want to, they make me thirsty. Really,
oh yeah, they're so salty naturally.
And I feel like every time I have any anchovies, I feel like I immediately swell up.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, girl, give us some tips on comfrey.
Today we're talking about
5-minute segment. I'm sorry, I went on so long.
That's why we did it that way, because I knew you had a lot more to say than I did. So today's herb of the week is comfrey. It's another weed that grows out everywhere. The little stems, the leaves will get bigger. The purple flowers will get bigger. It is also called knit bone.
Okay.
It has been called God's repair plant because it does exactly what it says, that knits the bones. So you want to be very careful. This is a powerful plant. If you are trying to use it to heel bones and things like that, you want to make sure if it's broken that it's set properly. So I'm not a doctor. Go see your doctor. Thank you,
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah.
Onward. But if it's like a sprain, a strain, a joint issue, anything like that, you can crush that leaf up and that plant up and put it right directly on. And I used this plant so much when my youngest son was playing college football. His ankles just got to be where they were constantly damaged or hurting or whatever. So we would always make sure that he had some comfrey leaves that he could just wet or crush up and put on his ankles, and it just relieves the pain. It's in the borage family.
Mm.
So it kind of grows like borage. You can use the leaves, you can use the root. It's very cooling, very moistening, mildly astringent, slightly bitter. Its official Latin name is Symphytum officinale. And symphytum comes from a Greek word meaning to bring together, to unite. Okay. So for broken bones, any kind of wounds that aren't like deep cuts, you don't want to use it on anything that's got a deep open thing.
Okay.
Okay. Bruises, like torn tissue. I'm thinking that's all I can think in my head. The sprains, the strains, when you roll your ankle, things like that. When you just want it to go back together without having to use crutches and things like that. It works very quickly.
That's awesome.
Yes, it does. It encourages, what it does is it like rapidly encourages tissue repair.
Mm.
So it's like, if you can get it on there as soon as something happens, you're going to see a tremendous difference quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It's anti-inflammatory. It's also just soothing to the tissues. What's in it that does all this is allantoin, which stimulates the cell regeneration. Rosmarinic acid reduces inflammation, and the mucilage, which soothes and moistens. That's what helps. Now you can use this for overused muscles, pulled muscles, tendons, bruises, minor cuts, abrasions. Like I said, never on any deep open wounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's always best to use it as a poultice, which means just crush it up, or you can crush it up, put it in water, and almost like a topical tea kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can infuse it in oil and then add a little beeswax to make a balm or salve. It is one of the main ingredients in my deeply rooted balm.
Okay.
Along with the calendula.
Mm-hmm.
It's so that's always in that because it's great for the skin and it's great for just repairing tissues. You can let's see, I said that you can just use it as soak it in a tea and use that rag or whatever to wrap around. Or you can just, what we used to do for Richard was we would take the leaves and crush them and we would wrap them around his ankles and then put like an ace bandage around it just to hold them, and he would sleep in it like that.
Now, and just to make sure that we clarify, you said make it into a tea, but that is a topical tea. That is not to be ingested.
Yes. Comfrey is not, I mean, some people have used it internally, but there's so many things out there that could go wrong with doing it internally that I don't recommend it unless you absolutely know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of more of an advanced level kind of thing. I have used it internally, but it has to be in very small doses. You don't want to do high dose things like that. Mm-hmm. But typically when I teach people, especially if they're just beginning, topically only.
Okay.
Until we get further down the road kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
You want to make sure that if you're using it internally, that you have a good qualified practitioner working with you.
Absolutely. Okay. Janet has a really great question. When mixing with an oil, could you use castor oil to increase the absorption?
With comfrey, you wouldn't need an increase in absorption because
it's already rapidly absorbing.
Exactly. I mean, you can use castor oil, but it's already powerful enough without the use of castor oil. I like the with the comfrey, I tend to like jojoba oil or olive oil, a good, clean, extra virgin olive oil, something like that. I used to use coconut oil, but coconut oil a lot of times will diminish the properties of things like that. So, yeah, too much of a good thing. I wouldn't say it's too much of a good thing. It's just not necessary.
Yeah. Yeah. The comfrey alone does enough.
Exactly. It's powerful enough on its own. And
That's-
you know, the most gardeners love comfrey because the roots of comfrey go really deep. So it's a great compost
Uh-huh.
for gardens. So when you have comfrey around, you can chop those leaves and throw it into another area, and it's going to give that soil nutrients. Okay. So it's like, it makes amazing compost or mulch for your garden. Great nutrients. You can even soak it and use it as a liquid fertilizer because
Wow.
it's got that much nutrients in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, great plant, and it will kind of it's a perennial. It'll come up on its own. It'll pop up here or there, and it's very distinguished looking, so you can identify it. So that's all I have on comfrey. Everybody should have some in their garden, and it grows like crazy, and it's beautiful to look at. The bees love it, the purple flowers. So it brings in the pollinators too. It enriches your soil. And the one thing I love about comfrey is it reminds me that God's the healer and offers restoration in so many plants that just kind of are all over the place.
Amen.
You know?
Amen. I could not agree more. Well, I'm throwing up our last
QR code.
sponsor for the day, our last QR code. I have many more where these came from, but we're on a shortened version today. So Function Health Labs, y'all. One of the things I have been encouraging, this is now part of every one of my long-term programs. And I also do see people who just want an evaluation of their labs, just a one-time 30-minute,
Right.
meeting, but this is now included in every one of my programs because, we can do all the things based on your symptoms, but without knowing what is truly going on underneath the surface, we may not get all of the information we need to until it's too late. So I love having this. When you use my code, you get $25 off your new subscription. It's only $365 a year without that discount for 2 very comprehensive lab panels. We look at over 100 markers on each person, and it's just an incredible organization. So what you got going on this year, girl? Or this week?
I'll say, don't put me on a year yet.
Me.
This week I am working on some more soap, more shampoo bars, packaging teas, listing products on my website, plus all the regular normal gardening stuff. I have received my newest chip drop. So I have a huge mound of wood chips sitting in my driveway.
Oh, my word.
So, and everything needs to be remulched and made anew. So we're steadily working, making progress. How about you?
Awesome. Same, got a lot more to plant. We're going to get, although this week, Bill has 3 events that he is doing over the weekend around the M3 weekend.
Oh, that's right. That's this weekend.
And so that's going to take up a lot of our week.
Right.
But yeah, other than that, I'm going to get out and do as much of the additional gardening as possible just to prepare the rest of my beds, because by May 10th, which is Mother's Day, I'm going to be ready to start adding in a whole lot more stuff. And
That's
so
right.
got to get all my cattle panels up and all that good stuff. I'm trying not to be a nag this week. Bill has enough going on. Next week, though,
it's not important for Mother's Day. That's right. It's not important until Mother's Day. Then we're allowed.
Yep. That's what I told them. I said, I need all 8 cattle panels in the month of May and most of them on May 10th. So we're going to get to it.
I'll tell you what, anybody gardening out there, those cattle panels from Tractor Supply, they are the best thing I ever added to my garden. Best things.
I'm just blown away. Anybody that has not done those, they're 16-foot panels. So they make the perfect arch if you're doing them in between 2 spots. Yep. And they are, they're only, depending on when you catch them, $28 to $31 a piece.
Very, very reasonable.
Very reasonable. So I didn't do them for years because I assumed they were like $100 a piece or something like that. No, they're so reasonable. So
best thing I ever added.
Yes. All right, girl. Well, I don't want to hold you up any longer. Let me see. We got one more comment in here I don't want to miss. Let's see here. Yay for spring and digging in the garden. Amen. I so agree. It's our favorite time of year.
Great foraging time because there's all kinds of stuff coming up everywhere.
Yes, we love it. And we always are way more chipper on our podcast this time of year because we're right in our element.
And look, it's cloudy at both of our spots today, and we're still just smiling.
Yep. Bring it. All right. Well, we appreciate you all for tuning in. I love the fact that we can interact with you all some on here.
Me too.
It's really awesome to be able to do that with you guys.
Yes.
Share this podcast with people that you think will enjoy it. I do update it on the Freedom Holistic Wellness website. We have a WOW podcast tab on there. So they're all updated on there. And for those of you all in the community, I have a whole tab dedicated to our WOW podcast in there as well. We are on YouTube and we are on Rumble. And please like, subscribe, and share on YouTube and Rumble so that you can let those platforms know that you actually care what we're talking about.
That's right. We do appreciate all the support.
Yes, we do. All right. You guys have an amazing rest of your week. Wendy, give Michelle our love as well as Rick. And we're all still lifting them up and you in prayer.
Thank you so much.
All right. We love y'all. Have a great week.